Guinto Bros, always starring Jericho's.
Welcome to the Guinto Bros podcast. My name is Car Guinto, and here with me today is Kendall Guinto.
Hello.
And our regular special guest, Jericho Belmonte. What up?
What up?
This podcast is for the politically incorrect, ignorant, or downright stupid commentary by the Guinto Bros and the few that roll with us. So guys, this is our 8th episode doing this podcast.
Of the world.
We averaged like around, our first month it was about 100 something downloads. And this month we're on the same trajectory, close to 200.
Word of the day? Yeah.
Trajectory. Yes.
Word of the day. Trajectory.
So what is our first experience with the podcast thus far? Like, is it hard recording? Are the guests, was it hard getting, obviously it's difficult getting guests, but like during these recordings, how do you feel? Like, was there improvement since the first one? I think there has been, but what do you guys think?
I think, I mean, everything is a learning experience, right? So it was brand new to me, and same with these guys. So it's almost like we had to learn on the fly, like what works, what doesn't work, things that we could carry over to other episodes or whatnot. But yeah, it was just a learning experience, I think.
Yeah, and I think it's just like the comfortability of speaking. I guess speaking to the mic, speaking the mic while the red light is on and recording and all that. Because first episode for sure, like we were super nervous and like try to like try to speak properly and clearly and like try to sound more like, I guess, intelligent,
right?
And whatnot, but
yeah, especially the first episode, we're like trying to get used to like bring up topics and like getting comfortable just talking like we normally do.
Yeah, because we always have good conversations, but...
Which is the reason why we even started the podcast,
yeah,
right?
So, but then it's almost like when someone's recording, it's almost like the pressure's on. And I guess it kind of changes the dynamic of your conversation, but...
Right.
I think as the episodes rolled on, we got better at that, so...
Yeah, because, like, we're recording, and so we have to keep it playful and, like, natural, but then there's also has to be structure and watch what we say, like, especially when it comes to people, names and stuff. So
yeah, and like I never dropped the name, so
you're notorious for not dropping names, for sure.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
What has been the favorite like moment thus far, or favorite podcast we've done? I personally think the Guy Code was my favorite thus far, just because we had Randall and Ken just tag along, and then.
I mean, the more the merrier, the more guests. But then, I agree. Guy Code, definitely number one for me.
Oh, I can't pick. I think they all just bring something different.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And ultimately,
I don't really want to choose one or the other because like that's kind of, I don't know.
I think
I don't like to offend people, so.
My favorite episode was actually our lost episode of our Valentine's Day.
Speaking of making
that was a good one.
mistakes,
We got really.
We definitely have to re-release that one. Like we have to do it. Like
We have
we're
to do it
now
again.
messed
Well,
up.
you can't really re-release it. It was never recorded.
I mean, you know what I mean. Like
Yeah, just
that was
redo it.
good.
Yeah,
That was
it
so
was
good.
juicy. It was juicy.
Juicy for sure. Juicy couture.
Yeah, so like for sure we're gonna have like other guests or whatever lined up. And according to our downloads, like our first episodes are most downloaded, and our second most downloaded is the one with Nicole Halves. So like you guys either like more women on the podcast or you just like us talk about random shit. And like stuff with like the special topics or niche topics like Marvel and that. Not a lot of people downloaded that, but then that's kind of obvious with the audience.
You're not gonna get all. You have to have a target audience, right?
Yeah, you have to see all those movies too, which is hard because there's like 18 of them.
And a lot of people don't have that much time or that much interest in Marvel, right? So it makes sense that those episodes get the least downloads. So.
Yeah.
Or they don't they don't watch the Oscars, or they don't like
Oh,
Kanye.
no one watches Oscars.
Or they don't like Kanye West, so.
No, Kanye's did pretty good, like 18.
Yeah, actually,
pretty good
yeah,
still.
it's not bad, yeah.
Right?
But still, if you're like not a Kanye fan or
Right.
you kind of just don't like him as a person and
Right.
don't really know most of his movies, like or not movies, most of his music like we do.
Yeah.
then-
So I think it's just best if you keep it maybe general, so it's more relatable to the
Right.
audience.
Which is why I decided to do this episode. One is because like it's hard getting guests lined up and like what to really talk about with those guests. Even though we will still want them on, we just gotta like get in that mindset of being more interview ready for guests that we have.
Yeah, you definitely have to prepare ahead of time.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Which is kind of busy for everybody, right?
Yeah.
Just to prepare.
Yeah, it's just tough to get everybody together on the same page. With the day and age that everybody has something to do and
Right.
they have to do either in school, they have work, or other pre engagement or lined up for them and their lives or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's tough. Like it's tough to like structure that, but I think as we go on, it'll get better.
Yeah, for sure. So it's Friday, and last week a special video came out called Freaky Friday by Little Dicky,
that was
featuring
awesome.
Chris Brown.
Yeah,
Yeah.
What do you guys? What are your thoughts on that video?
definitely my favorite music video of the year.
Yeah, it's so
super
good.
creative.
It's
yo.
super creative. Like, is it Parent Trap?
No, it pays homage to Freaky Friday.
It's actually
the movie.
Freaky Friday.
Yeah.
It's because of Lindsay Lohan, right?
I think we got a new title, yo.
Is this Parent Trap?
Oops, I did it again.
Well, it paid homage to Freaky Friday.
Freaky
Obviously.
Friday.
Is that the one when Lindsay Lohan
Well, they said
and the
both.
mom?
Yeah, they both had Lindsay Lohan.
Yeah, and what's her
Yeah.
name? Halloween girl.
Yo, shut up, Parent Trap. Though. That's a good one.
Parent Trap.
Yo, that was a good one.
Jesus. Yeah, but like, let's transition to like the actual video, right? Like
Mm.
Oh, Jamie Lee Curtis.
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yeah, the old lady.
I just like that they parodied themselves. Parodied
Parody.
themselves. Like Little Dicky's like,
Mm.
hey, he's not really a rapper, but he's a comedic rapper, right?
I think he's a pretty good rapper.
I think he is pretty good.
Yeah, he has that one song with Fetty.
Yeah, just because he looks
He looks the way that he
like
does.
a nerd, but
Yeah.
then you gotta respect that he has bars, right?
It's like a bum nerd. Like, he's a bum
Yeah.
nerd.
And like Chris Brown with all his like newsworthy and
Yeah.
criticisms.
It's cool because like it pokes fun at Chris Brown's mistakes, but in a fun way.
yeah.
But I mean, the whole thing is not fun. Like domestic abuse is not something to be
Definitely
taken
not,
seriously.
yeah.
But it's funny because if you can laugh at something, maybe you can move on from that and do better.
Right, and he addresses that he does have faults, but then like right now he's not in that much trouble anymore.
Mhm.
I mean, not that recently, right? So
Yeah.
it's good that he's okay with just poking stuff at poking
Poking
whatever
fun at
himself.
the thing,
Yes.
at himself, but I do believe that he is trying to be better, and it just sucks to always have the spotlight on you.
Right, because I think he's like he's a legend to me. He has greatness all over. Like he can dance, sing, rap,
Mm-hmm.
whatever, and he's a pretty decent actor too, right? For the
Mhm.
stuff he's been like
Yeah, like
Stomp the
something.
Yard.
Yes,
Something.
yes.
Spoiler: he dies in the beginning, but
Somebody do something!
He's in that other movie too, that heist movie.
Oh yeah, what's it called? Takers.
Takers. That was a
Takers,
good.
yeah, that was a good movie.
Yeah, I got that little piece thing. From
And what was it? Is he in This Christmas?
Yeah.
oh
this-
yeah, that was amazing.
that movie. That
Oh,
song,
so good.
yeah. His song.
Shout out Christmas, yo.
Shout out Christmas.
And his song This Christmas.
Yeah, and the song this Christmas.
Right.
Oh yeah. I like the how the lyrics just went like with the music video.
It's very
like
playful.
step by
super
step.
playful.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, the song and the video, like just perfect combination, and like that's why it's trending and has a lot of views already, because it's like there's not really that much serious stuff going on, but it's like hilarious and comedic, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
It has a catchy beat, so
yeah, and then the cameos by Ed Sheeran, DJ Khaled, and
My girl.
Kendall Jenner.
Kendall
Is it your
Jenner.
girl?
Yeah, you know what? Like, let me touch on this topic. Before, I really, really liked like Kylie Jenner, but like, man, this girl she wild, man. Like, it's tough to like somebody like that. But
that shit,
I think when I saw Freaky Friday, I'm like, Kendall Jenner, man.
That's what made you
She's the
choose
one.
this
Yeah, man. Like, man, this girl's always tame.
It's because she's the only one that doesn't have a baby.
No, she's tame. You know, it's like
Yo, what's wrong with people
really.
who have babies?
Hey, nothing wrong with
There's nothing
babies.
wrong with that. But I'm just asking Jericho this question.
No, it's not because of that. Like, I mean, baby mamas are cool, yo.
Yeah, I'm a Kourtney Kardashian fan.
Courtney? You like Courtney?
Yeah.
Which one's that one? The
The
fat one?
smallest one.
She's looking really good.
Oh, the Scott
Scott
Disick one?
Disick's
Yeah.
ex. So.
Yeah, and she had like what, like she has like 3 kids.
Yeah, look at that body.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
And I respect her mind.
You know what I really like?
Yeah.
There's a photo of
You
all
don't
of them with
objectify.
blonde hair. That was awesome.
You like blonde hair on women?
Mm. Yeah, it's not bad.
It's not bad.
I like every woman.
Everyone?
Yeah, all women, whatever hair, short hair, bald, especially bald sometimes, man.
Okay.
Shout out to bald chicks.
You gotta keep that in mind, listeners. He likes every woman. So.
I'm every woman. It's all in me.
Wow. Going on. Okay, so like transition from Freaky Friday. Next week is busiest bar night.
Hey.
Hey.
So what do you guys? Let's talk about our history with clubbing. And what do you guys?
Oh shit.
So like, I only really started clubbing when I turned.
Dude, we clubbed before, but it was shit.
Yeah, we clubbed when we turned 18, but it was kind of boring because we weren't.
All we did was watch.
Oh yeah, what clubs did you guys go to?
Well,
That
my
are-
first one was Tavern.
That's not a club.
Like Garden City Tavern?
No, not Tavern. TYC. Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh,
TYC.
yeah.
TYC. Sorry.
Tijuana Yacht Club.
Tijuana Yacht
Oh,
Club.
wow.
Yo, yeah, that's, I think
Empress.
that's my first time too, man.
For our young listeners, that place is an event center now.
Yes.
Or just attached to Tav Polo.
Yeah, it used to be like the busiest bar place.
Yeah, it used to be
man.
so busy.
Like all the bar fights over there.
Right.
I think that's the only one I've never gone to. TYC.
TYC?
Yeah,
Really?
and it's heyday.
And it's hated.
That makes
Yeah.
sense.
Well, you didn't want to. I didn't like that club anyway. But
Yeah.
There's too much beef going on all the time.
But yeah, like I started really going clubbing seriously when I turned 20 or 19, something like that.
Yeah, but then we really hit the peak of clubbing like 21. I think.
21, right? We there was one time Jericho and I went 5 days
Yeah, it was
in
so
1 week.
bad.
Was that
So
Republic?
bad.
That was Republic.
So we went to
right?
Republic twice. We
On
went to-
Wednesday.
yeah, we went twice and then Stereo twice.
Yeah.
And then some other club that.
Yeah,
same
yeah, it
week.
was so bad.
I don't know. There was like events going on that.
But it was
entire
fun, you know what I'm saying? Like when you're young like that, not really that much responsibility. Yeah, you have school or whatever. But like it's just fun to let loose. And it was fun. And I think our group always usually
And everyone
likes
was
that.
down. Everyone was down to go out.
Yeah,
that time.
everyone had like there's like 8 of us at time.
Yeah,
times
sometimes
going.
we have 8 of us. It's some good and bad experiences, but
Well, that time like most of the crew was single.
yeah.
Right?
So everybody was like down to party.
Right.
Yeah, and everyone knew how to dance, so it was like
Yeah, like
have
everybody
these
was good.
have dance battles.
Yeah,
Yeah, we would start the
we would
circles.
always start the circles. It was so fun.
Right, and we had like rules when we go out to the club. Like I made these rules.
What's the rules?
There was something with like pitching in for liquor.
yeah.
What else? Oh my god, some.
Like t-shirt time?
Are these like guy codes?
Yeah, we had our own codes for the club. I completely forgot, but we always had to like
remember.
take precautions when we're drinking, something like that. And
No drink and drive. We never drink and drive.
yeah, don't drink and drive. ever.
Never, never.
Right. So
Yeah,
like,
it was fun.
What was our choices of drinks? It was like
I think-
Jägermeister.
Jägermeister.
Was one.
Jägermeister. There's
Crown.
Crown for
Yeah, Crown.
sure.
Crown. was one.
Depending if you want to get messed up that night.
Yeah.
Depends on the drink choice, I guess.
Yeah, our go-to is like Jaeger bombs. That
Yeah, yeah. Remember, just get the Jaeger.
get the Jaeger
Just get the
drink.
Jaeger.
bro.
It was fun, man.
Yeah,
Some
it was
good
good times.
experiences.
Yeah, I think my first club I went to when I turned 18 was Stereo.
Stereo.
Yeah.
That was a great club.
That was
a
an
great
awesome
club.
club.
Like it was far for everybody too, but then we were still
Yeah,
going
but then
back.
it was always lit, man. Always.
always lit. Like our age group, like all like people, a lot
That
of people
we
we
knew
knew
and stuff.
went to
Always,
that
always
club.
was there.
Yeah,
and
we
you
don't-
can't not mention Republic, man. That was like
Okay, let's what's our favorite club? What was our favorite nightclub ever? Let's talk
I'm
about
gonna say
that.
Republic.
You say Republic?
Yeah.
Kendall?
Ever? Oh man,
Ev-
I think it might be Republic. Has to.
We have some great nights at Republic.
Yeah, and we have like fucking pictures to show for it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, well, yeah,
And all the Halloween parties were there,
Yes,
right? So
Yes,
yeah, Republic was it has to be Republic.
it has to be
Has to be
Republic.
Republic.
But my second would be
it's like Union.
when Union.
Union was
Union was
bumping
pretty
too.
awesome.
Like this was like when you were like 24 or
Around there.
yeah.
24, 23,
Yeah, because I
24.
think because it closed down to 2 years ago. So
Yeah.
I think it opened 2013, 2014.
Yeah,
So,
that was one of the best, man.
Yeah, just like our same crew was there, but then it was a mix of like
Yeah,
The
you
younger
always
crowd.
seen somebody you know, right?
right. And it was like
Not really that much fights, but there will be some
Yeah.
fights, right?
yeah.
and we're into the hip hop scene, right?
Yeah,
Obviously,
so it was always good music.
Yeah.
DJs are always nice. So
yeah, we knew the DJs too, so because we went so often.
yeah.
So are we going to busiest bar night next week?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Jericho, are we going?
We're going to Grip and Grind.
Grip and grind?
Grip and grind?
I always say Grip and Grind. I don't know.
I'm
why.
not. I don't know if
You're attending?
I'm attending to this one.
I'm open to it, but
Yeah, honestly,
we'll see
but I
I'm
already
TBD.
messaged the guy. The guy's like put it on his story. He said, "DM me the names of people, and I'll pull it up." He said something like, "If you come before 11, your cover is reduced to $5."
Oh, nice.
Yeah, but after that,
Where's
it's
it
regular.
at?
Oh, I don't know, man. Is it at the?
What's the
It's
venue?
a pyramid.
Oh,
Pyramid?
pyramid.
Okay, if you guys go to Gripping Green, you might see us, the Guinto Bros with Jericho Belmonte. We might attend there.
Shout out Olivia too. So her birthday's gonna be there.
Shout out Olivia, it's her birthday.
Yeah.
So, let's transition a little bit to, since our friends don't really go to a club and club is an option for us, which means we're single. So, why are we single, guys? Let's start. Jericho Belmonte, let's start with you. Why are you single?
I think it's just super tough to find somebody you click with. And especially in this day and age of like social media,
Yeah.
it's just so tough to find people that are actually like, I don't want to say people are not genuine, but they almost always put up a front of who they want you to see. So for someone like me, like I'm not saying I'm like the realest person,
Right.
but I usually tell how it is and
Which is good.
say what I feel or
Yeah.
whatever, and then always the thing that usually happens is that it would be good conversation, and then after a while it just drops. And
So
then,
it's like half ghosting. Like it's just
kind of
like
like half ghosting. Like yes, they're still there, they still talk to you, but it wasn't in the same effect that it was before.
right.
So whether that's me or what I bring to the table or just like lost interest in general, which is fine. Like there's nothing wrong with that. But I just think that this day and age is definitely like instant gratification is the thing that people focus on. So if you like, there's a video of Lauryn Hill saying that true love is something like if you don't entertain me anymore, I don't want to talk to you. Goodbye, right? She says
yeah,
that.
yeah.
So I think it's just that, like, man, like
So that there's so much options.
Like
right?
yeah, there's so much options. There's so many people out there that are looking for relationships or something, looking for something to fill a gap or a void or whatever you want to call it. And then there's if you don't fit that mold, you just get ghosted.
Like right now, is it hard for like? Well, I think it's hard for like guys, especially to like keep the conversation going because it could seem like
Yeah, it's
Or
bad.
or you're trying too hard.
Yeah.
Or you're
Yeah,
or
so
you're
it
being-
just
or
goes
you're
back
being
into
creepy.
it just goes back into perception and how people take in information or things that they've learned or newly discovered about you, right? So they can just anybody or everybody can change their mind in a second, and once that idea of I don't like this guy anymore, I don't want to talk to him anymore, comes to the table, it's just almost like oh, bye,
And it's hard to like
like
to voice that hey, like, are we into each other, or is this going further without actually saying that?
Yeah,
Like,
because
you
then
have to really like. Think
I
about
just
it.
think that it just makes it so like concrete, and concrete something that this generation doesn't do.
Yeah.
Permanence is not a thing. You know, temporary is almost like the go-to thing.
Yeah.
Like, hey, you entertain me right now, it's all good. I'll talk to you. You know.
Yeah.
So
So have you had any chances with girls like where you were like, hey, this is close, or you wanted that?
yeah, I would say like I don't really let a lot of people in my circle.
Right.
I'm just like I kind of yeah. At the same time, I am like pretty open, but at the same time, the circle that I mess with is very very small.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I do a lot of things on Instagram or whatever, but when it comes down to the people that you want to actually spend time with, give your more time or more more allocation of your time.
Yeah.
It's just like, how do you pick? And then it's just tough.
Yeah.
And especially with girls, right?
Like you don't know.
You never know like where anything's gonna go. You try to be genuine, but sometimes you get ghosted.
And it's hard
right?
to know that unless like
you know
like
like,
you're straightforward like, hey, is this going anywhere or something? But you don't want. It's kind of like you want to say it, but you don't want it because it might.
yeah,
ruin
because
it.
then now you're trying to hold on to things that that you can't control.
Right.
And if that's the case, then damn, man, it's definitely a shot in the dark every time.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you meet a lot of people. Yeah, you let them talk to you or whatever. You give some of your time to entertain them and stuff like that. But once, like I said, once they get the perception like, oh, I don't want to talk to this guy anymore,
Yeah.
then it's all over.
That's true.
So pretty much it's like a battle of permanence versus temporary.
And then it's like you have to go not look, but then you're trying to talk to somebody else too.
Yeah, and then so if you say yeah, they lose interest or whatever, and you try to keep the conversation going, then you seem like the needy one,
Right.
And you feel some type of way, and it's just stuff, dating stuff in
Yeah.
general. I think.
Okay, Kendall.
Yeah.
Why are you single?
Why am I single? I think it's just a mix of everything, kind of.
Just like a Jericho.
Uh,
It's hard talking to somebody and knowing how they feel about you.
yeah, exactly. I think it's just like how much effort you have to put into it, and if it's just like if it's not both ways or it's not a two-way kind of thing. If it's just one way all the time, it's
Yeah.
kind of hard to do that when you put so much time and effort into it, and the other person's not into you. Also, I'm pretty picky when it comes to
Yeah.
girls, so
As you should be, because like especially now at our age, it's like it's not like we're
But I just don't want I just don't want people to think that a certain age should stop you from communicating with others. I think that's the number one thing that you can do to not meet somebody.
right. Well, I was getting at like at our age, like we want something serious, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I think we're
and-
past
and-
that phase where like I think for me, I'm past that phase where I just wanna. Well, unless like I'll say it right now. Most of the time, I'm looking for a girlfriend, but then there's other girls where like we make a statement, we're making agreement that this is not gonna be serious. We're just gonna play or fuck around, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like, I know that once I talk to a girl, I act differently towards her in a way. That, hey, this is not serious or it is serious. I'm not gonna play this.
A game.
I'm not gonna play a game the same way with both. I'm gonna treat the other person differently, and they know that.
Mm-hmm.
They know, like for me, I right away I'll tell them, or I'll voice that.
Your
just gonna
intentions,
play
pretty
around,
much.
right?
Yeah. You tell them your intentions.
Like for the girl I'm serious with, I'm not gonna say, "Oh yeah, I want it serious right away." I'm just gonna go with the flow.
But I think that then that's where the fault happens.
Yeah.
Since you have options and people like obviously gonna feel a certain way about that, and then it all crumbles, right? Like why should I mess with this guy when he has options? Like how will I know that I hold a secure place in his life enough that he will drop the other girls to be with me?
Well, I think it's like the other person has to voice that too, right? Or they have to voice. They have to have the conversation about that too.
Yeah, but I just think that you can talk about your intentions or whatever, but one thing can lead to another, or it cannot.
That's why they call it a date game, right? Like,
Yeah.
There's other players, so. So Kendall, finish your thought about that. Sorry.
Oh, what was it? Oh yeah. So I said I was I think just that, and I guess just like prioritizing kind of thing. Because I'm just kind of really because like I graduated like what 2 years ago? No, 3 years ago.
Yeah.
But then I'm kind of just focused on trying to get a full-time job, full-time career happening.
Yeah.
So it's like I think I'm putting more
Emphasis
on my career than actually trying to get into a relationship.
Yeah.
Or like kind of settle down kind of thing. So
Yeah.
it's a mix of that effort, being picky, and
Yeah, because
prioritizing
Which is nothing.
stuff.
There's nothing wrong with being
Yeah.
picky.
Yeah, I don't think it was picky either. Like you'll find someone's compatible.
Like I would much rather take the L and know your intentions than to be kept in the dark or whatever, or to not know what's going on. Yeah, like if you don't like me, that's fine. Tell me, I can move on from that. But if you kind of like me, sort of like me, and you gotta let me. Like I mean, I'm not a mind reader. No one is.
Yeah, no one's a mind reader.
I mean, like if you truly like a person, I think you should voice that. And if you truly don't like the person, you should also voice that.
Right. And, like it's hard to tell now because like people just message you out of nowhere and like you can't
cool.
really...
Like where have you been? Like, but no one's gonna ask that because then you'll be so needy.
Right. Exactly. So like I guess for me, like I'm in the same boat as I'm a mixture of everybody else. Like I'm picky with like the girls I like want a relationship, but then like I said before, like these girls wanna just like fuck around or play around. Like I'm down with that too. So like we make that agreement, and then there's nothing serious after that. So like obviously I'm not in a relationship and I haven't been in like a long time. So obviously people prefer me. I think you're just playing around, right? So like I don't take offense to it, but like obviously I'd rather have like something serious too. So even right now, like I'm not playing, but then like there are people I talk to. So and then like I'm not sure if it's serious or not, but then we got to take time for that. So
yeah, and I think you should take the time to get to know somebody before you make that decision.
Yeah, I think a lot of it is me too, because I think I'm an asshole to a lot of people, and I think that's it. People either I don't think people hate me, but I think people
have this some perception of
me. Like even though I do talk to I do talk to a few ladies, so people I think people
just assume
that I'm like a player, right? Even though I voice to them like but like I have been with a few girls, but then like I said before, we make that agreement that it's not serious.
Yeah, beforehand you kind of talk.
It's not like I'm just treating them like shit and then just
there's
getting whatever you want.
There's a mutual understanding.
Yeah, there's a mutual understanding with that. I'm not a player. I wouldn't consider myself a player. Like,
so you just crush a lot.
Yeah, I crush a lot. Thanks,
Shut up,
sir.
big pun. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to be a player no more. So there you go.
But like, do you feel that having all these options in your life, does that almost like obstruct you from getting that one girl that you actually want to be with?
No, because like I think for me, I feel right away like I like this girl. It's just that it's the other side that doesn't want it as serious as I do, right? Or they have another option to go for somebody else, which is like understandable, right? Like if obviously this girl is awesome, so other people would think she's awesome too.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing too.
Yeah, so like
I think you have to free yourself from that. It's not stigma. It's you have to free yourself from the bias that if I think a girl's awesome, you have to know for a fact that other guys also find her awesome.
Yeah, so like you're gonna have to like I don't know.
Stand out from the pack.
Stand out.
Like I don't want to keep referring it to as a game, but then like someone has to win.
It's definitely a game.
Someone has to win.
Definitely has to win.
So yeah, that's my case. That's why I've been single for forever. And yes, I'm still single now, people. So holla.
Yeah,
at me.
holla at Carlito,
Slide
man.
into these DMs later on tonight.
Yes, dude.
I'm not joking.
Car's
So,
not joking.
so like Kendall and Jericho and I will move on to the next topic. We watched a lot of Netflix TV shows. So you guys want to review Jessica Jones? Since this is the latest show we've all watched.
Yeah.
Yes, let's do that.
So my thoughts on this season, like, I think it's unapologetically feminine and feminist.
Yeah.
Like right away, like they killed like one of the main stars, which is a dude, in like the first episode, I think, right? The guy with he had the puffer.
Yes.
Yeah, they killed
What's
that guy
his name?
right away, and then it's most of the scenes are just with females, and it's female centric, of course, and like. There's not really a villain in this season.
No, I think it ends up being
It's just a story.
certain characters sometimes become the villain, and then certain characters get away from that role, and then other characters fill that role. But I don't think there's a definite villain like Kilgrave, man. Like that guy.
Yeah,
was
Kilgrave's
awesome.
like he was in one episode this season.
Yeah, and
Like
he
these are all
killed that
spoiler
episode.
reviews, by the way. So yeah, he's in one episode, and he was so awesome. Like
Yeah.
you,
He's
totally,
like you hate the guy,
you hate the guy, but then like
but he's a good bad guy.
and his charisma is just insane. Like when he
His
interacts.
charisma is crazy.
Yes,
Oh, his name is Will Simpson.
Will
Yeah,
Simpson.
Simpson,
Yes.
yeah.
They killed that guy right away. Like we said, Kilgrave's not in this season.
It's just like it's so wrapped up in like there's no definite bad guy, so you don't even know what's kind of.
and it's
going
more
on.
like an internal struggle with Jessica Jones
Mhm.
and her.
Which I
situation.
think it's a setup for season 3, to be honest.
Yeah, like basically it's a setup to like her understanding that she is a superhero and should act like one.
Yeah.
And this was her whole struggle throughout the season because this takes place after the Defenders.
Mm.
And like if you were to pick a villain, it's her mom.
Mm-hmm.
But
Or
then
the
she's not
same
her
time-
villain.
or the doctor.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
I
but-
don't think
and-
he was a bad.
No,
Like she made it think like he was a bad guy, but he really wasn't.
no, he actually was.
he didn't
trying to
have
help.
he had good intentions for those experiments on people, like because he
Yeah.
did
I
save
think-
he did save Jessica Jones' life and
and the mom.
and the moms
And the mom's like, yeah,
and I guess others or
Others that they didn't really shine a spotlight
yeah
to.
yeah.
But I think that character is more like an scapegoat almost. Like, hey, he's
Yeah.
doing experiments or whatever.
yeah
The police already blame him. Jessica Jones obviously blame him.
Yeah,
So it's just like, hey, if you need a bad guy this episode, this is gonna be that guy.
yeah.
yeah,
But I guess tough to say. No definite bad guy,
yeah.
and it's tough to also sorry, fuck.
Concentrate?
To beat a person like Kilgrave as a villain, like he was so good.
Yeah, it's hard because like his, especially he was so good as a villain.
Yeah.
That's why he's like one of the top Marvel villains that we've seen thus far.
Especially from the Netflix series.
The Netflix series.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, like Kingpin was badass, but like
Oh, Kingpin's
Kilgrave.
really good.
I know. Maybe I just like the whole mental game. It's
Yeah,
just-
like-
it's just-
and his power is just all mental too, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like and Kingpin is brute strength.
brute strength. It's almost like like a boring.
Yeah.
There's not much to think about, literally and figuratively.
And I think like Kristen Ritter, Jessica Jones, like I feel like she's like the best actor out of the whole
I think
Defenders.
so.
Out of the 4,
Out of the 4, but then
Yeah.
I think what's his name? The
Daredevil?
Daredevil is
He's-
up there
yeah.
too.
Matt
Murdock.
Murdock.
Matt Murdock, right?
Yeah, he's really good.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about the real villain in this season, Trish.
Oh,
She's the
And that
fucking
blonde
worst.
girl, man.
She's the worst.
She was
she's the
so
worst.
she's
bad.
the one who brought all of this conflict and
Right, like
that
she's
happened for the whole season. 'Cause
Like
she's
me-
the one who wanted to
yeah.
find stuff or find Jessica Jones or like the doctor that made Jessica Jones and all that. And Jessica
Yeah.
Jones didn't even want to. She didn't even want to deal with
Yeah,
it
she
anyway.
would. Yeah.
She's like, oh, just
They-
leave it.
Yeah,
like,
they were trying to like resolve the whole conflict peacefully.
yeah.
yeah.
She's like, leave it. I just want to go on with my life.
Yeah.
And like,
And
she just wants to do
you
her.
know,
like,
honestly,
same-
it was like foreshadowed the whole way through that she was jealous of Jessica Jones.
Like, and Trish was like, her story is basically she's like on like drugs the entire season,
Yeah.
and like she's acting out like every episode. She's like fucking everybody.
Yeah.
She's,
Shout out the Weekend.
Like, that's not the Weekend. But,
It's the
but
Weekend.
yeah, like she's like I don't know if it's the actress, but like it's either she's a bad actress or she's like the character's so annoying and like terrible.
Maybe she's doing her job.
Right, like I don't know what it is.
Yeah,
Maybe that's what they told
yeah,
her
if
to
you
do.
can't differentiate.
Like she's
Which
absolutely
or
terrible
whatever.
this season.
Oh,
Like-
she was just bad.
And like she's hot, but like, geez, like you're annoying.
Yeah, like you.
Yeah, I think I guess that was their intention is to make
yeah, and
people
honestly, like
make us hate her.
Yeah, she was getting in the way of like mother and daughter,
Right.
Yeah.
and like the associate and Jessica Jones, because she started seeing the guy, right?
Yeah, like what the fuck? And like, let's spoil
And
this.
she used them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys want to spoil the ending?
Yeah, spoiler that.
Yeah, like Trish kills Jessica Jones's mom like right in front of her, and then like
And, like everything's gonna be cool, you know.
like why?
That's your sister, you know.
Yeah.
Like I had like at the end I'm like, why did you even do that? I get that the mom's like a bad person or
It's
whatever,
kind of psycho,
but like that's Jessica Jones's mom,
Yeah.
dog.
yeah.
I don't think. Yeah, it wasn't. It should have been, her decision to.
To kill her.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then like Jessica Jones and the mom wanted to be like a duo, right?
Yeah.
They were planning on to like save people.
Well, I think. Well, because they went to the Ferris wheel, right?
yeah.
And she wanted to get caught, but she just wanted that last moment with Jessica Jones
Yeah.
to go on that Ferris wheel, and the police are eventually gonna
The
come in
captain-
anyways to put her in jail or whatever.
Yeah.
Like
Okay.
I was shocked when that happened.
But honestly, I think
And
it's
then,
just
like, yeah,
to
Trish just ruined it.
redefine the
Yeah.
person that Trish is,
Yeah.
and for her to realize who she's gonna be, she had to kill the mom.
Yeah. But what do you think's gonna happen in the next season?
Well,
Or-
she's-
or-
Isn't there like a black cat?
Well, apparently, they hinted at her having powers, right? Trish?
Yeah, because of the
Because
of
the
Experience?
cup, or the cup
Yeah, she like
thing.
saved it with her foot, or
And
like
then
she
bounced it up.
Right.
Yeah.
So she has powers now.
she might be the villain.
She could be.
Yeah.
But then
Does she have the personality to be a main villain?
Yeah, she does.
Like even though she's annoying,
Yeah,
like, she
she's
can
so
run
annoying,
shit.
man.
She could be doing like illegal stuff, and then Jessica Jones would have to like try to stop her, or try to get her back to the good side or something like that.
Right.
Yeah.
So what do you guys give a grade out of 5 Gintos?
Or actually, well, which one did you guys like better, the first season or the second season?
First season.
because
Kilgrave.
Yeah,
Easy.
like they're both good, but I would give.
It's
season
an
one
easy
more
watch.
than, like-
It's a really easy
Yeah,
watch.
you know what? It's not like it's a bad thing to get into.
Yeah.
It's just like that Trish girl's so annoying.
Yeah, she's so annoying, which is like, I guess it was a point.
Yeah.
It didn't really like her being annoying and like that. It didn't really take me out of the show.
The show.
It
No, I
kinda-
still watched it.
Yeah, it's kind of just like in your head. It's like,
Oh,
oh,
man, this girl's
you kind of
so
like
bad.
SMH like
Yeah,
moments
everything
all the
that's
time.
wrong with the world today.
But then it's like, it's kind of how the vibe you get from this show. So it's like, I guess so.
So out of 5 Gintos, what do you guys give it?
Oh,
I'll give it a 3. It's still a good
3 out of
watch.
5 Gintos.
like 3.5.
Yeah, I'll give it 3.5 too. Like, if it wasn't for like, if there was like a definite villain, it would be in the 4s.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
But then just the issue that there really isn't, and it's just really a story about.
And the fact that a dead villain is what makes your episode awesome. is not
Yeah,
really-
you miss Kilgrave. I mean, that's why I guess that
Yeah.
they put him in one episode, right?
Man, I just like overall, I just feel bad for like Jessica Jones, just the character alone. Like,
Yeah.
Like
the
she's
things-
gone through a lot.
the
of
things
shit.
she's gone through. I'm like, no wonder she's like, drinking and then doing her job as like a private investigator, like taking pictures of like affairs and all that stuff, and then
Yeah.
drinking while she's working and drinking afterwards. Like, yeah, she's just like gone through a lot.
Yeah, poor girl.
Yeah, it's very sad, and it's like how can you even like think of being a superhero and like saving the day when you can, or like saving others when you can't even like help yourself, kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah. Like the season was her internal battle with herself, right?
Yeah,
While in the Defenders, she was forced to join with the team and fight an actual evil, which is like it's good to transition from a larger story to a smaller one because it's an internal struggle. This is like what happened to Iron Man, what like he was the hero, and then with the Avengers he was with the team, and then in Iron Man 2 he struggled with himself.
Yeah.
So I think they took that route with Jessica Jones this season.
I think it's just it'll show the most growth.
Yeah. So like the next
And who doesn't want to see their character? If Jessica Jones was your favorite, to see her go through some sort of growth or trial period.
Yeah.
What do you think? Well, I mean, we already graded it, but like, let's go back a bit. Do you like her relationship with the caretaker?
I think she needed that in to make the kind of series something.
I think they just have like similarities with each other, just like
I think it just shows her human side.
Yeah, because like he's kind of like a criminal, and she's like vigilante criminal. Like she's gone to jail before or been arrested and stuff. So I think he kind of knows what she's been through.
Like they both have struggles.
And then, like, you just want to belong. You just want to belong to something or someone. Like
because her thing was not being part
of anything. Yeah.
So like, he helped her
realize that she can be a part of something.
Yeah, exactly. Even though she's like, everyone referred to her as like a super or whatever the fuck terminology they use.
Even he did the first.
Yeah. So, do you guys miss Luke Cage in the season? I did. I love him.
He was always good.
I love him.
I wanted him to be in this episode, but then I realized that he's with her name is Claire, right?
Claire, the nurse.
Yeah.
Rosario Dawson's character. Him and Jessica Jones.
Yeah, that was a good.
Their chemistry's so good.
I was just gonna say.
Like even the defenders, like every time they had a scene together, I'm like, yes, keep talking. But then like it was short and whatever.
They would be I guess eventually they'll be a duo, but that would have been a good duo for this season,
right?
To go through, but yeah.
So, anyways, let's talk about one of the shittiest series I watched, Altered Carbon.
Oh, man.
That show is garbage, but then I'll let you guys talk about it and why you guys liked it.
Good.
Go ahead.
I just like that there's like a Japanese kind of theme.
Right.
Yeah, like an Asian theme. So
it was very Asian centric. Yes, it was.
Yeah, it reminds me of like an anime, but like this live action. I thought it was awesome.
It was like Ghost in the
Shell. It was like Ghost in the Shell meets like Blade Runner kind of thing.
Yeah, it's like nicely shot. Cinematography is beautiful.
Like I admit it was beautiful, and like the world that they built was awesome.
Sick.
Dog, like the story was trash, man.
I think at that point I'm not even focused on the story. I'm just appreciating that everything looks so nice.
Because
the effects were sick.
The story is based on a lot of flashbacks, and like I felt that when he was in a different sleeve, a sleeve is basically a different body.
Yeah.
Like I didn't feel like they were the same character. I felt they were two like different characters, just having the same name.
But I think you're just caught up in the acting then.
Well, yeah, the acting was bad then.
I guess so, but I thought it was awesome.
They're not the same character. That's what I felt, and it's so awkward. Like, you transition from this white, jack, tall guy, and then to some small Asian dude that's the same person, and I never felt they were the same person. Like
I think it just challenges you to think, if you did have a different body, you'd probably be different too.
Yeah, you probably act like what your sleeve is.
You would not have the same mannerisms. You wouldn't have the same thought process. You don't have the same morals.
I think the one good thing about that show is just it shows you possibilities of what the future can look like.
Like I like that part that it was futuristic and like that's
like it could happen.
Yeah, I think it could happen, but it's just like I don't know. The whole thing for me was a story, and like
I love that.
The end, like the bad guy was the sister. Like what the fuck? Why? And she barely was in the show up until like the last couple episodes.
I mean, I guess it can't have everything, man. It's already had great CGI, great effects. I mean, the story's last.
Well, she pretty much. Well, I think her reason was she wanted to get her brother back, right? Because her mom died, and then they had that abusive boyfriend. Yeah. And then they ended up killing him, and then. I think it was supposed to be her and Takashi like together, but then he ended up taking on being in that special ops team or whatever,
Right, and like
which
the main
separated them two, and then she ended up being, I think, in like foster
Fostered, yeah.
foster
yeah,
care,
she was in foster care.
or something like that, and then she.
So, well, it does make sense that she's a villain.
So then she was kind of like,
Not
she's kind of like a. I think growing up she was kind of like a juvenile delinquent,
yeah.
and that's the reason. And then
But then I think they're trying to contrast.
trying to like search for her brother,
Yeah.
but while doing like shady things.
Like very shady.
Yeah.
things.
Yeah,
Like
but
killing
I think
other-
they're just trying to show like how, say, if you're family, and then when you
Yeah.
turn back on family, then you end up doing bad shit. But then you're still family, so you try to recruit your brother.
Yeah. So I think she didn't have a good influence growing up. So I think he still sees her as the little kid, like her baby sister.
Yeah.
But then once they grew up and were living in two different environments, he saw that she was not the same person anymore,
Yeah.
and she's been doing all this shady stuff and like illegal stuff or whatever.
I don't know.
And
I
then,
thought it was
yeah.
good.
Another problem was like the main idea was to find the killer of this
The white guy.
of this guy who hired Takashi to find the killer of his other sleeve. I don't know what the other terminology is. Like it's basically a clone.
Yeah, the
And
double sleeving, whatever.
Yeah, double sleeve. A stack is a consciousness. Yeah, but like, was that even necessary? I know at the end they concluded it, but was it even necessary or part of the story? Like she was part of his idea to.
Well, I think at that point, maybe the director or whatever just wants to entertain the idea of having different sleeves and jumping to a different body or
Yeah.
whatever.
Because you can share consciousness with your clone.
Yeah, and then one of you can only survive, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought it was good.
Like I said, I like the world.
the last episode got, like what you were saying there. The last episode got really
It was
It
convoluted.
got convoluted. It got kind of confusing when they were all in that meeting. They were just like kind of like snitching each other out. Like she did that, he did this. Like with that guy's wife
Yeah.
about her killing
Maybe it's just showing
her
how
killing
people are.
killing that girl,
Yeah.
that girl's baby,
Mhm.
Right.
because she was pregnant with the guy.
With the white guys. Yeah. With the
Yeah, he's
white
pregnant
guy.
with the white guy, or
the one that hired them.
yeah,
Like he raped her, right?
yeah,
Yeah. No, that's why it was like I felt it was convoluted, and there's like
yeah.
they had to explain it.
Yeah,
at the
maybe
very
there was
end.
for you. There was
Like
too
I
much-
needed. I want
You wanted
like
you
for
wanted
me,
a
I wanted to
definite
see
storyline,
that
yeah.
throughout the show. Like there was hints at least, but like.
But
this
there's
came
another
out-
story going on too, so.
I don't know. I didn't like the show. Like I said, I like the world, but I don't know.
That
I,
makes sense.
I was entertained by it, so
I love that show, man. That was awesome.
I got hooked onto it.
like you guys told me to watch it. That's why I'm like, oh my god. Like I had to finish it all the way through just to like talk about this
Talk
shit.
about this shit.
A month later.
Well, fuck. Yeah, we'll talk about it now. But anyway, yeah, I didn't like it.
I liked it.
One
I liked
Guinto.
it.
That's me.
I like 3.5.
One Guinto, like it was that bad for you?
I like. No offense. I like the nudity.
Oh Jesus
Wow.
Christ! How much offensive? How much
Yikes.
rate that offensive Gintos? That's funny.
I'd give it like
A 3.5 for me.
I'd give it a 3.
You know, I'll give it a 2. I like the world. There. That's nudity in the world.
That's 2.
2 out of 5.
That makes sense. You're crazy,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
You guys want to get into the recent news stuff?
Yeah,
Like, of
recent
course, I
news.
think we all follow the news. So let's talk about, like, I think it's the death of Snapchat. What do you guys think? Jerkle, you've been off Snapchat. Why?
Yeah, I told you it ruins relationships.
Why does it ruin relationships?
I
Let's
just
get
don't like
into
the
it.
fact. I mean, yeah, I know you can save stuff or whatever, but
Hit screenshot.
you can screenshot stuff and people know. But I don't know. It's just too much secrecy.
You think it's
I
just
don't like
bad?
it. It's not transparent enough.
Well, like it ruins. What do you?
What do you mean there's secrecy if you can do all that stuff?
I don't know. Like, okay, say you don't screenshot
Yeah.
Okay.
and nothing's there. It's like it never happened.
I think
But
you
stuff
could
did
save
happen.
you could save it still,
You
right?
can save it. You just hold down your finger.
Yeah, but what if you don't want to save it?
That's on you.
That's on you then.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, then is that your fault or Snapchat's fault?
Well, Snapchat gives you the platform, so it's both your faults.
Well, I think Snapchat was a thing for people to like have casual, not permanent conversations.
Yeah, well, I
right?
Yeah,
don't
it's
like
more
that,
short
so-
term.
It's more short term, which is like that's how the world is.
You know, there's
Right,
other
right.
apps that you can use to have it saved. You know.
Well, that's why he
Yeah,
doesn't
that's
like
why I
Snap.
don't have it. Yeah.
Right. Well, I think it's the so much updates. The most
Oh, yeah,
recent one was
yeah.
so confusing. Like
What's the most recent update?
It's the one when they
we-
separated it,
The
right?
one they separated
Your actual friends with like celebrities or something like that.
Yeah, and like they for the people you actually talk to, you see their stories other than the like ones you don't talk to, and you have to go to a different tab basically
For the other stories.
for the other stories
Yeah.
instead
That's
of
so
having it all at
confusing.
one.
Yeah.
Swag.
Right, and I think the only good thing about it is like the filters are good. Like they have like really cool.
That's probably the best part. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the filters.
But
And
it's
then
like-
everything else every other app copied
The
their
filters or
filters.
whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like for Snapchat, the reason why it's going down, other than the fact that the update sucks, and is that like there's too many ads, I think,
Mhm.
and also that like they dissed Rihanna and Chris Brown on it. Have you heard
Did
that?
they? No, I didn't.
So they put up a
I heard about
poll
that. Oh.
saying like, would you rather hit Chris Brown or hit Rihanna or something like that?
That's so dumb.
And like it was so
Why would
stupid.
they do that?
And then Rihanna lashed out like, yeah, I'm not using that shit anyway, which caused their stock to go down like millions. And even Kylie Jenner, she said out publicly that she doesn't use Snapchat anymore, which caused them to lose billions.
Yeah, they lost a lot with Kylie Jenner not
With Kylie
using.
Jenner,
She was
they
like
lost billions.
She was like queen of Snapchat.
Queen of
Yeah.
Snap. So like, and like, Instagram totally made Snapchat. They put Snapchat on Instagram and made it so much better. They put everything in
That
one.
you can do,
Yeah.
everything you can do. And you can do shopping on Instagram now too.
Like Instagram totally took Snapchat's shit.
Yeah, that
made
was
it
the competitors though, like Snapchat.
Yeah,
I guess Facebook, right? Has Instagram.
yeah. Facebook, Instagram, and
Same shit,
and
right?
Google.
Yeah, Google bought them.
They're
right?
basically all tied at once.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can't compete against that. I think Snapchat, the makers or creators or whatever, they're just trying to do extra stuff just to kind of remain relevant, but it kind of backfires. So
Yeah, I just think it's lost now. Like,
Yeah, my Snapchat's not even working. Like it just says.
like Candles isn't working.
Unfortunately, Snapchat has stopped. Like I've uninstalled it. I installed it again. Like I restarted my phone,
Snapchat, if you
still
want
not
us
working.
back, you sponsor the show, okay?
Yeah.
Anyways.
Bring back the app on my phone to work.
Yeah, and like I feel like not a lot of people use Snapchat anymore either. Like you don't see a bunch of stories.
yeah, or if you see it, they put something to put on Snapchat, they put it on thing anyway.
Yeah, put it on
Yeah.
Instagram anyways. Yeah.
Okay, let's on to the next. Let's talk about you guys really. I care about Toys R Us and their closing down.
I mean, it's just
think
the
that
U.S. stores,
But it's
right?
US.
Canada's
What
gonna
does it
continue operations.
Yeah, but I
Just
think it's a
US.
big deal, even in U.S.
Oh, you don't even live there, so I think it's
What do you
okay.
mean? I can care
And
about
they have
that.
online.
I mean,
That's
I
where
don't care,
everything's
but
going.
it doesn't affect you
Everything's
directly.
going towards e-commerce, anyways.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
it's
like,
fine.
but then, like, do you think like the
And there's other
ways of going into a store and
Oh yeah, it's
looking
gonna
at
be
your-
obsolete like in the near
Yeah.
future, man.
you think
There's other
everything's
options
gonna
to
be like that?
get what they have. Like there's other competitors. Like there's Walmart,
And
there's
it's all due
Target,
to Amazon Prime or Amazon.
and there's Amazon.
Yeah, Amazon
pretty
really
much.
took that
Yeah.
stuff. But then there's no feeling like walking into the store. Right?
I mean, that's like
Like for me, when I walk,
Old
even
gen.
like it doesn't really affect Canada's Toys R Us.
Yeah.
But then like me walking to Toys R Us, I think you feel like
I think you just have that. Yeah.
You-
I think it's just like you
expectation.
being like a citizen of the world, like caring about things that don't really affect you, but it doesn't take away from the impact that's gonna cause. But
yeah.
I think you're just more like, oh, it's kind of sad that companies are closing down.
Do you
but
see like regular stores?
I
like,
think in the
going
future,
away
yeah,
in general, like everything,
yeah, I think so.
they're all going e-commerce.
Yeah,
Well, you're seeing all these stores that are in malls, like, that are closing down because
the revenue's not there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
Sears.
brick and mortar thing is just not working out. Like everything's going e-com.
Yeah, Sears is
commerce.
gone.
Yeah.
Zellers.
It's just
Toys
it's
R
just
Us,
how the
US.
ease, right? How easy it is for me to click a button. It'll come in like 4 days.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
it's just that
and
convenience.
it comes with safety
Yeah.
too, right?
Mhm.
People are. You think safety's an issue too? Like people just don't want to get into like
Accidents.
either
like
accidents
theft.
or like let's say Christmas holiday. You have to go box.
Oh, you mean like getting
Like,
trampled?
Get trampled.
stuff like that,
Or
or
get into
like
fights.
I think there's
people acting
always.
crazy. Like,
I think there's always gonna be a market for like say Boxing Day, Black Friday, or whatever like
Yeah.
that. Always gonna be a market for that because not everybody is like in tune with like the internet.
right.
But
Yeah.
I think for the most part, people are gonna know how to order stuff online.
Yeah, I think people like just
And it's better for the companies too, because it shrinks your square footage, so you don't have to hold stock.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think people just like those departmental stores or like with variety than just like a single. Like a single
the thing is
single
that-
market kind of thing, like just toys
Mhm.
and like video games kind of
Or
store.
like
Like they,
novelty.
yeah, they want like your house, your home stuff, your electronics.
So
your
they want
vi-
everything
your-
in-house.
They want everything in house. So yeah, that's why Walmart. You got your WalMarts. You got your
Superstar
Superstore. You got your Targets in
yeah.
US. Like, yeah, I think they just want everything all in one. That way you could shop at once instead of having to go from store to store, go to specific department stores just to get them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But from a kid's point of view, like, you think it's good or bad that I know adults would pick e-commerce instead of that, but like kids won't go into like a Toys R Us in the U.S. You think that's a big
I
deal
think-
for that?
Yeah, you're right. But
I guess
in
you-
the U.S., yes.
Yeah.
But in Canada, I mean,
I guess you
still
lose that
have-
feel when you like walk in. You're like, oh, so many toys, and then like you like kids get that excitement
And you
going
can
in.
actually play with it.
Yeah, but then I think you could do that. I think you can get that same feel to just like
online.
online or in other stores, right?
You think?
Other competitors.
Yeah. You think Toys R Us Canada is safe from all that?
I think so for now.
I think eventually it will though.
Like near future, eventually.
Because I just know so little about like their revenue or whatever, if they're going down or stocks or whatever.
I know that they're. Well, I don't know if this affects Toys R Us Canada, but I know that they're in debt, like heavy.
They're definitely in debt for sure.
Yeah.
Like the Canada.
Because
What?
someone bought Toys R Us in general, but then they were in debt, which made Toys R Us in debt,
Mm-hmm.
and
I don't know. At that point, it's almost always like preference.
and they're like a blockbuster. They didn't evolve, right? They didn't push towards strictly like a lot of online.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of it is like, hey, you have to pick.
But
it
then
up at a
something
store.
like Blockbuster, and the way the internet is and in piracy, it's bound to go down.
And streaming, yeah.
Yeah.
And like with
Once
Netflix on
Netflix
the
came
rise,
out,
yeah.
yeah.
And
know,
Blockbuster had the chance to team up or buy Netflix. There was an offer there, and they didn't take it, which is
Yeah, but I think if an entity is strong enough and they believe in their vision enough, they'll
Yeah.
overcome anything.
yeah. Well, obviously Blockbuster didn't believe
And
it.
every other
They refused to grow, right?
They
In the
refused.
space
Movie
that
rental
internet was
stores.
going to be something big,
Yeah,
and they didn't bank on the internet, and that's how you lose, I think.
yeah, that's true. And like
Yeah,
physical media is going down too, right?
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Like,
Like I know, like places like
HMV.
Urban Outfitters, like they have like vinyls and stuff,
Yeah, yeah.
and I think that's still a niche market. So
That's very niche because like
Yeah.
they don't have tons of it. They only have
yeah.
like
I would
whatever.
love to have that, but
10
like, why?
copies, right?
I
but
could
these
play
guys just like
Spotify.
they just want to have that classic or like
Mhm.
throwback.
Yeah,
Well,
like,
vinyl
yeah.
does have better sound.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if you
But then if
really
you have,
care about sound,
yeah, but then if you have like a $1,000 entertainment system, it's gonna have good sound,
right?
Yeah.
True. Yeah.
But just like I don't know.
and you can connect your vinyl.
I think
player
it's
and
just
everything.
based on whoever their lifestyle kind of thing.
Yeah, so it's
It's
almost
very
like, very,
hipster.
very,
Yeah, it's
hipster
definitely
niche,
trendy
Very-
hipster
Yeah, they
type of thing.
they
too.
sell like tapes now too.
yeah cassette tapes.
Cassette tapes. Like it's really odd. Like why did they even put it on there? But it's like that's the Urban Outfitters thing. Just be trendy or whatever. Bring back the past. I guess.
Yeah,
that
like
makes sense.
like who's really buying physical
Yeah, physical
copies of
I know Jericho.
Blu-rays and like
Used
albums
to.
and like
Not anymore. That was,
albums
like 2 years ago.
albums
Two
now.
years. That's quick.
Like I think the only thing is like that still is like video games, right? Like people are still buying physical video games.
Well, I know, like,
but now it's moving towards
So online digital.
yeah, because there's PlayStation Store now.
yeah, because like what issue we always have is like you have to fucking download the game onto your system, which takes like an hour.
Yeah.
So like, why do I even have this disc if you have to download it anyway?
Yeah, true.
Like it's so annoying.
Like I said, you just don't bet against the internet, especially this day and age. If you bet against the internet, you lose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like even it's weird how even like online banking is a thing, too.
Yeah,
right?
it's so easy.
I didn't even know. Like this girl at TD's like, hey, yeah, you can just take a photo of your check and then it'll deposit into your account. I'm like, what the fuck?
You know that?
Oh yeah, I heard of that. Yeah.
That is so
Yeah.
weird. Don't you think
No.
that's like there's
No.
some safety issues around?
No, because I think someone made a joke about it. But what do you think they do? That's exactly what they do. They take a picture of your shit. That's what they do.
A TD?
Did you take a picture of
Anywhere.
it?
They take a picture
I thought they
of
put
your
it in
shit.
the.
Well, a fax machine. What does that do? Take a picture.
Yeah, but that is not like a secure line.
Yeah, because you're putting it to a direct number, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not you're giving it to somebody that'll like take your thing. It's still pretty secure. Like the guy that's gonna handle your money is gonna have your.
Well, it's the
money.
same thing as using your doing the tap thing with the
I do not do
your
that.
debit.
Jeremy
Well,
does that.
he does that.
Yeah.
Your debit card, right? Is that the same with your credit card as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, like how secure is that? If someone took your phone and like can get into it.
Well, the thing is, like, so say with an Apple Watch, right? If I take this off my wrist, it automatically locks.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I have to put the code into.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
So-
they thought about it, man. You can't just release a product and not think about somebody trying to.
There are ways. Well, like there are ways of like unlocking.
But then there will
stuff
always
that
be
are
ways.
Yeah, exactly.
So, like I said, you don't bet against technology, man.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's why I found it kind of that was odd for me, just like knowing that it's even got to that point where you don't even have to use a card or go to the teller.
It's crazy, man.
So like, what? A lot of people are gonna lose their jobs eventually. Are we gonna?
Yeah.
Are we gonna be living in a world where it's just robots?
That's a different topic, man.
Yo, there's-
AI is something different.
They have freaking robot hands in the kitchen making your meals now.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah, you could get that installed into your home.
Yeah,
and
they
then
can cook shit for
They
you.
can cook. Yeah, to like
Yeah, they can also
proper
come-
measurements and all that
come
stuff.
alive. And
I think
Yeah.
it's a good idea to make things more efficient, but like stuff like that, like cooking. I don't
Then
know.
mechanical dogs like Black Mirror, like they
Oh
have
my
that out
God,
there
that's
already,
scary.
and we have other
Fucking-
animals. Like I
It's pretty fucking scary.
was watching a
Yeah.
YouTube video and it's like top 10 like mechanical things, and then that were made. In,
Like I
2017,
said, it's
and
just a
like
part
bunch
of the future and
Yeah.
internet.
So
and
we're almost
robotics.
Black Mirrored soon.
I think so.
Eventually, I think.
What about sex dolls? You guys, would you buy one?
Oh yeah, they have those, eh?
Absolutely.
Aren't those like?
It's like $1,000 or
Two
$2,000.
like 10. I thought it
Yeah,
was
they
like
look
10.
I heard
crazy
5.
real. They look crazy.
But they look real. It's like Ex Machina style.
So are these
That's
just
so
for the
fun.
nerds who have a lot of money and just can't get laid?
Yeah, because I think the connections.
I don't think it's just nerds. I'm pretty sure.
No,
it's
it's just
rich
people that are
that-
awkward or like they don't
Yeah.
want to. Human conversations like something.
But
like
do you need to
dead
be
them.
intelligent to get a girl or a person?
No, because there's so much people that are not intelligent.
There's people that are intelligent, but they're also
mean-
socially awkward. So
Well, like,
can't have both. Well,
but like, do you
Some
need
people
to
don't.
like even awkward people can get girls?
I think people are
Yeah.
just. I think people are just with those like sex dolls. I think people are just like either have a fetish or they're just like super curious
Yeah, or what it feels like.
Yes.
on this new item.
$5,000 curious.
Like,
People
if
have
they
the
have
money,
them,
though.
people have the money,
I
man.
guess
Yeah.
so.
At that point, you don't really, you can't really
If you
judge at that point.
if you had an option to get one like for free, let's say that
For
would you-
free?
would you use it?
No, I don't know. No, man, it's too weird for me. I actually love human interaction. So
But you don't masturbate.
That's different.
Just asking, man.
No, it's
It's
different.
the same idea.
Same idea, but there's different mediums. No.
If it was free, if they told me it was free and you could take it, I'll be like, fine, whatever, I'll take it. But if I have to pay, but if they're putting a price on it, I probably wouldn't buy it.
Right.
No, I like human interaction.
Like I'm not that needy enough to have to buy this thing just to get
Like even me,
pleasure
like,
or satisfaction.
even me, I wouldn't use it either. I would not use it.
No,
If it was
I think
free?
it's awkward. And like, are you gonna clean it up?
yeah, like a person. Oh, fuck up, yo.
You're gonna clean that shit up?
Can't
Like,
do it,
I don't
yo.
know about that.
So if it was free and they just gave it to you, you're just gonna be like, no thanks.
well, I'll be like, yeah, I'll sell it.
A resell. Yeah,
I'll sell it. Yeah,
You guys don't believe me?
I'll sell it. Yeah.
Car's a reseller of sex dolls.
Yo, I'll say like it's mint. It's like
It's mid condition.
it's like a 10 out of 10 mint condition. Never been used.
There's been some trials on it.
Jericho has tried this out.
We had to experiment.
Dog.
But what if it like? Have you seen the movie Her, Jericho?
Yeah.
So what if it had that personality?
No, I would still like to say that I would separate the
That body with ScarJo's voice.
Scarlett Johansson's voice.
I don't know, man. Not like that. That's different.
Is it though? It's AI.
No, I like human interaction. I like people, man.
What if it could interact with you like that?
No, that's
No, she's better than any other girl you've ever met.
What if she ticks every criteria in your checklist?
Yeah, dancer, works out, vegan.
I don't know, man. I just feel like you guys are putting me in this. No, man, no.
You know what? I love that movie, and I think I would if she had that personality.
Yeah.
Not
Okay.
like at the end where she like moves on to another person.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I would.
There you
Like
go, and I wouldn't. So whatever. Man.
you wouldn't. There you go. That's the final answer. Thank you, Jericho.
Man,
You
I already
need
said that I wouldn't.
to-
You guys pressing me, man. Shout out ScarJo though. I like that.
I'm just giving you hypothetical situations.
Yeah, I don't like these.
Shit.
Yeah, no, I like human interaction, man. I think it's
Well,
cool.
yeah, it's great, but like, I don't know.
Either that or I'll be alone. I don't give a fuck.
But AI is getting to this point where they know a lot. And
Yeah,
they
they're
can
like smart, yeah.
They can analyze situations better and make
Yeah.
rational decisions.
Yeah, it's like, what's it called? Like,
Yeah.
there's algorithms in the place.
Yeah, which is odd.
Not odd. I think it's just the way that the human mind works.
Which occupation is gonna be taken over by robots first?
Production?
Yeah.
Production?
You think it's production?
Yeah.
Like just like
Like assembly lines and stuff
assembly
like
line
that?
shit?
Like
It's
cars.
It's already like that.
They're already doing the car thing, right?
Yeah, it's already
Someone's
like
driving it.
that. Imagine like, what, 30, 40 years ago when the actual people put together your car and now it's like robots.
It's robots. Yeah, it is robots
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
So, more efficient, you pay less people. Can't pay a robot.
How about soldiers? think
That's
yeah,
difficult, man,
army of
because
soldiers?
if you build an army of soldiers, you have a chance of they're gonna kill you.
That's
So
true.
it's tough.
Because you have to think
Or
about
there's
safety
like this
too.
this hacker person will hack all the soldiers and make them.
You
big
or
as
you,
well.
you just put them all in like a field, run away, like run really far away, and then be like
That's why you have to have
combat
You have
mode.
to have a kill switch.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Kill switch. Huh?
but then if AI is as intelligent as you guys say, they'll kill the kill switch,
right?
which happens in movies. Like
Yeah,
this.
Terminator,
It's kind of
man.
scary, man.
Yeah, that's scary. Well, like Terminator came out in the 80s, right?
80s
Yeah,
and
and it's kind of like, hey, it's kind of like what's happening right now.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's odd. Anyways, next topic. You guys wanna? So like, I've heard this story about people beefing about Bruno Mars, his career, and how how he won like a BET award or whatever
Yeah,
and a Grammy.
Isn't he half?
He's half Filipino, half Mexican. So the idea
Is he not half black?
No, he's not. So the idea is that
Are you sure?
there's an issue
Puerto
with
Rican, I think.
there's an issue with Bruno Mars, and people think that he's culturally appropriating black culture, like jazz, R&B,
That doesn't belong to him.
and whatever. So like, you guys feel like that's like a good argument, or
Who's saying
it's
this,
a
though?
statement? Well, I've like I heard Breakfast Club and Charlamagne talk about it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And what did they say? Is like he's
No, like he grew up listening to that music, and he's influenced by that music, and he's just
So yeah, at that point, I think
like he lives the culture, so he's part of the culture.
He is
so
I think if you're a purist and you want to be okay, this is made by black people for black people, and then he's not black. Yes, I can see like where you're gonna see that this guy's not even black, so
yeah,
you can discredit him that way. But if you live and breathe the culture, I don't think it should matter what your color is.
Yeah, I don't think it matters either.
It's like Eminem, like
right, it's the same argument.
Same argument.
But then he grew up around the hip hop scene.
Yeah.
And
well, so
he's
did
from-
Bruno.
Well, his dad's from Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's like hip hop scene.
Yeah, I know,
so-
but that's like I'm just bringing it up that people think that he's.
Yeah, I think at that point people are just like being very stickler to detail. So
Yeah, like I don't feel that way about him. I think he's like, if anything, he's putting
pushing the culture forward.
He's pushing it forward, and he's not making improvements, but he's like giving it a.
At the same time, man, like, the guy likes making music, and you can't control like what kind of music he makes. So
right, like he uses a lot of styles and genres in his music. So
like, he made bands cool again too. So
yeah, I agree, and like his shows, they look classic.
yeah, and then everybody has fun.
Yeah. And in his finesse video, it's
Living
90s
Color,
hip hop. So
In Living Color.
So you can't really hate on the guy. I don't think.
yeah,
They're hate. Oh,
Maybe you just hate
I've never
success
heard
or
that
whatever.
news. Oh.
Yeah, I never heard of that news. I don't know.
well, I just heard it this week, so that's why I brought it
That
up.
was kind of new.
Cause he delves into so many different genres like reggae, rock, hip hop, R&B.
He's just an
He has, like,
entertainer,
soul
man.
Yeah, he's a musician.
Yeah, I don't think
Yeah.
it's his fault that he got nominated for these and he won it. I don't think that's his fault.
Yeah. So like, okay, I guess we can move on to the next topic. So Kendall and I, Jericho, Ken, and I have this group chat on Instagram, and Kendall and I always send each other nature's metal and nature's brutal stuff on there.
Terrible.
Which are Instagram accounts that like show animals like brutalizing each other in nature, which is super entertaining to me. Like I've always liked that stuff in the wild,
Discovery
right?
Channel.
In Discovery Channel too. So like, Jericho's a vegan. I want to know what he feels about this. I know it bothers him a little bit, but what do you think about that?
You know what? Like it's kind of cool because that's like like the food chain or whatever, and they don't have their minds is not as intelligent as us.
Right.
And I feel like if you rob someone an entity of choice, they can just act however the habitat or whatever lets them to be. But there are some weird ones, man. Like,
but like when I saw the polar, you guys read about the polar and saw that the polar bear ate the other polar bear, right?
Yeah.
So it's
That
almost
was
like cannibal.
crazy.
Yeah, that was.
So
Like, I read the whole article and I'm like, it's
So
basically off of
yeah.
scarcity, right?
Yeah, so it says the name of the game is survival.
Yeah, survival of the fittest.
Yeah.
So it is still following Darwin's.
What's messed up that you would
So-
eat like to survive? Like you have to.
But I
resort
think
to
if you did the
eating your
same thing
own-
to people, they'll do it.
Yeah, that's why we
Cannibalism?
watched
Yeah.
The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
And like
I
zombies.
don't. I watched like first season.
But yeah, like it shows that you eat whatever's available.
Yeah.
There, right?
Like I don't mind. That was shocking. I don't mind like the food chain part of it. Like
Some
Green
of the videos
scavengers, carnivores, like eating, or like the top carnivores or whatever, eating the lower ones or like the producers and all that stuff. But yeah, because it's
interesting.
nature, right?
It's interesting, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I've like showed it to my like coworkers, and they're like, "Man, Kendall, this is messed up. Why do you keep sharing these?" I'm like, "Man, it's nature, like."
Nature's metal.
And it's pretty. It's interesting, like.
Like you have this thought about a animal, but then it shows you different stuff that you would never see, right? Like we saw fucking chicken eat a mouse. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah. It's crazy when it's just this one animal, and then there's just like a group of them just swarming this one animal. And
Which
it's
is
like,
what happens, man.
Yeah, they're
I think it's just
savage.
I think it's just shocking because we don't as people, right? We don't always see what goes on in the wild.
Right.
We can only see what someone photographed or
Yeah.
We can only see what's photographed, what's caught on video, what's whatever. And what if this is not a thing? What if people? I mean, mouse. What's it called? Chicken eating a mouse. It's actually normal.
Is that
And
normal?
and we just never saw it.
That's so weird.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what if we're blind to the fact and we never see something happen and then we finally see
You
it
usually
for the
see
first time?
cat and mouse. I don't.
Yeah, like
Did you ever see chicken and mouse?
Yeah, but like if you never see something, of course it's gonna be weird. But
Yeah,
we
which
don't
is-
see everything.
Yeah, which is why I like that account because
Yeah.
it shows you something I've never seen before.
Like I don't like I don't know, obviously Adam was dying, but
Yeah.
the fact that it's interesting enough that it could happen and it did happen and it's like so shocking. I
Yeah.
think there's entertainment in that.
Yeah. I agree.
So
So
stop saying those. Man.
stop sending them.
It's weird. It's weird.
Yeah, I just find it interesting.
Yeah, I like that too.
Yeah.
What else happened
Let's see
this
how-
week? I don't know. You guys brought up anything?
Oh, Fifth Harmony breaking up.
Oh man, I thought that was sad.
So, what do you guys think of that?
Do you know who Fifth Harmony is, Jericho?
Oh, Fifth Harmony. Yes, I do.
What did you think I said?
Look at that network.
I think it was bound to happen since
Okay, the Cabello chick, right?
Camilla.
Well, like she left 2 years. She left in 2016, and then she made her own album and had all these like hit singles.
Yeah, and she came
And then, but the Fifth Harmony still continue on
without
as,
her.
without her as Fifth Harmony. Like they
Yeah.
didn't even change the name, which whatever.
Which they had some good
yeah,
songs.
they had
without
some
her.
good songs, but then I guess now they all decided that
Are they all pursuing?
they're all pursuing solo careers. So
Oh,
I'm guessing
God.
they see what Camila has been doing,
Yeah.
and maybe they all want to pursue it
You
themselves.
think it's like a Destiny's Child effect? Like you just want to be a star because you think you can be the star, but you don't get that chance, or you just
No, I think Camilla. She stood out at Fifth Harmony anyway. So
Yeah.
she
She definitely
was.
did,
I
yeah.
think she was bound to be the successor anyway from that group.
yeah. So what about the other people?
I think she also there was a thing for a reason why she left the group.
Because they didn't like her.
They didn't like her, and they didn't like the way they were acting on stage or something, or like what they were wearing and stuff.
Oh, she didn't like they were more scantily.
Yeah, I think she didn't like that, and
Dressed.
she probably has like a different personality or
Or
whatever.
style or
So
whatever.
yeah, so that's why she moved.
She wanted her own personal vision with
Yeah.
her career.
Yeah,
Sometimes
exactly.
when you get overshadowed by something that you're not, then that's when you really revolt and want to be your
Yeah.
own person.
Yeah.
But I don't know how successful these
I don't
other
even know
four.
anybody else in Fifth Harmony. So
Yeah, that's the problem. I don't know. I know Lauren.
I know Lauren because she's dating Ty Dolla $ign.
Oh yeah.
And she had a
That's right.
couple of other songs, but I don't think they were like
Mhm.
hit singles and stuff.
I don't think they're like One Direction because I think all those guys are talented. All
yeah,
of them.
I just don't know the other guys. I know Harry, I know Zayn,
And
and that's it.
Liam.
Liam, Louis,
Oh yeah, Liam.
and-
That's it.
and Niall.
Nah, they all have good songs.
Yeah, they all have good songs.
I'm sure.
I
you've
think
heard
they're
all-
probably the most successful.
I think I might have heard songs from them. I
As
just
a
don't know
group,
that.
and
I'm
that's
sure
so
you
well.
like songs from each of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they're all catchy. 'Cause
I actually never listened to Harry Styles. I just like his hair, but he cut it. So
You never heard the Side of the Times?
No.
Don't stop your crying. It's the
Nope.
sign of the times.
Yeah, it's a good song.
No.
That's a good song.
You should listen to it.
Listen
I
to
will
that. Later.
after this podcast.
Yeah. Well, what?
But yeah, I don't know. I think the only one that would stand out to me would be Lauren in
Yeah.
that. I've never heard any of the other. Apparently, they've had other singles or like they were featured in other singles, but I've never heard of these songs.
Yeah, no one
The
can
only
beat
one that stands
Havana
out-
to me.
yeah. The only one that stands out is Camila because I hear her songs all the time on the radio.
Yeah.
So
So no one's gonna be a Beyonce or Justin Timberlake.
Camila is.
Well, other than
Paul
Camila.
pretty much is that. No, I can't see it.
Yeah.
I think if anything, they're either gonna be an old One Direction and surprisingly have good singles,
Or they're gonna
Solo.
be in NSYNC.
or gonna be well. It was only Justin Timberlake and JC that pursued solo careers, right?
Yeah, but they're gonna be in. Well, JC's pretty much.
I don't think everyone has. Like not even Backstreet Boys. I don't even think each
They're-
of them had their own.
You know, let's
it was
talk
only
about-
it was only Nick Carter and
That's it.
Howie that had single
That was so
careers.
long ago.
But yeah,
Yeah, let's try to transition to the Backstreet Boys. We love them. Jericho just watched the documentary
Oh
recently.
man, he made
Let's
me
get your
love
review,
him.
Jericho, on this documentary.
I think it's so cool because they're just like so old now and they're still fighting like their kids is awesome.
Yeah, they're still hungry.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're still like trying very very hard. Like all of them sound relatively still good. The biggest thing that stood out was like Brian and Nick. When they
oh
were fighting.
that fight.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Brian
that's
has
awesome.
he currently, even if you see his performance now, he currently has a voice issue.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So that's a big point in the
Yeah,
documentary.
the best thing was when he was just like pointing out how everybody had struggles or whatever, and Nick was saying that I went through it, AJ went through it. And it was just so cool. Like, oh man, these guys are like grew up watching these guys, and it's cool to see that they're human.
Like,
And they're fighting so hard, and Nick was like, it's hard to take Nick seriously, but
well, I think
he's very serious though.
yeah, I think he's the leader just for his attitude alone, and that
Yeah,
he has
very very strong
he's
will.
very strong-willed, and he has a leadership quality to him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
Well, Brian should be the leader, but
Brian-
he's a little passive.
Yeah. Well, Brian is. Well, I guess to them. Well, I guess it could be the. Well, he is the best singer of the group.
Yeah, when
Like he can hit the high notes,
yeah.
and he gets his own solo parts in the songs. But yeah, I guess with his voice issue, it's kind of hard. Everyone has to adjust to it, because it's like what he said, like or what Nick said is like he's the Michael Jordan of their group,
Yeah,
and I guess yeah, Nick's kind of like Pippen, and everyone else is the other starting lineup.
yeah. Well,
so-
you know, it's really good. Like, I liked it, enjoyed it. Was very nostalgic. So,
Yeah, especially the songs.
dude, I know everyone.
playing-
Are you the
Backgrounds
side
are so
of which side are you on? BS Backstreet Boys versus NSYNC? What side are you on?
What? Like, who's better?
Who's better to you?
Well, I'm gonna say Backstreet Boys. Cause that was straight from the Philippines too, man. It was awesome.
Ken
I still remember
Just
when-
overall body, it has to be Backstreet Boys. I think they just have more.
I think the real
more-
question is
they have more hit
Backstreet
songs.
Boys versus JT.
Oh no, that's JT wins obviously.
Yeah, because he's sick.
He's a mega star. Like
Yeah.
he transcends
Yeah.
the music alone,
And
right?
that's pretty much
And
why.
he's still going, and he's still on top of his game.
Yeah, he's
And-
selling out.
So I think it's not even.
And he
NSYNC,
started what 2002.
JT.
Yeah, he started this. So it's been 16 years.
Yeah,
Yeah. Well, like for me, like
but I think they all have their own merit. Like, it sucks that you have to compare them, but
yeah. Well, you have to. They're boy bands, right?
then I think you still have to put give respect to the people that paved the way for you.
Yeah, Backstreet Boys paved the way.
Yeah.
He did, cause
Yeah.
their manager.
What's his name? Lou.
Lou Hart. Lou. No,
Lou
Lou
Hart.
Lou Hart. No, Lou Hart. Whatever.
Lou
He's some
something.
fucking guy. Anyways, he was,
Well, yeah, he's the one. He actually showed. Who did he show? I think he showed.
Kevin.
He showed Kevin of a video of NSYNC
practicing.
practicing for their music video. I think it was it Tearing Up My Heart or something like that? Or
It was the first one. I Want You Back.
I Want You Back. Okay, yeah. And he's like, yeah, what do you guys think of these people? And then I guess they kind of got offended because they're like, I thought you were riding with us, and now you're trying to just make money off of
Everybody.
just make off of everyone, and what she was doing.
Yeah, they're
And
making
to
a
other-
clone of the Backstreet Boys,
Yeah.
but younger.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, just trying to kind of just like cash grab by
Mhm.
making more boy bands and profit.
You guys remember Boyzone?
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're from the
Boyzone.
UK, right?
Yeah.
Love those guys.
There are so
Ronan
many.
Keaton.
There's so many like those small like boy bands and like
Was BB Mac like a boy band?
Yeah.
yeah, they were
Yeah.
like around that early 2000s. Like
Yeah,
that had some
Five,
good
yo,
singles
Five?
too.
Remember
Yeah.
Five?
Oh, Five was really good.
Slam dunk the
Funk.
funk.
We had that
Yeah.
album before.
I had the cassette.
The cassette, baby.
Scared my brother had.
Dude, there's so many boy bands like fuck.
What else is there?
A1,
Oh, A1 Like a Rose. Shout out,
Yes.
yo.
A1. There was the Moffats.
Westlife.
Oh,
Moffats.
Westlife. Oh, shit.
The Moffats.
Love what?
Oh, Moffats.
Hansons.
Yeah.
Hanson,
Is this
O Town.
O-Town.
Old
Oh,
Town,
man.
Liquid Dreams.
Is this generation? Did they miss out on the boy band craze?
They tried to do it, right? Did they not?
Well, One
Who?
Direction.
One Direction. They had The Wanted. They
Who?
had
I don't even know. Too old.
Oh, they had someone else. What's his
The
name?
one with the TV show on Disney.
Yes.
I forgot what it's called.
I guess there was.
I
I guess Jonas Brothers is considered a boy
Jonas
band.
Oh, yeah, I
Back
guess
at
so.
that time. There's one with 4 guys. I forgot their names though.
But yeah, anyways, like, is there gonna be a resurgence of boy bands, or just like it's? I think hip hop is taking over.
Man. Yeah, everybody listens to hip hop, man.
Hip hop's taking over, right?
Especially like the glitz and the glamour of like life.
Yeah.
Like it's just super like. I think everybody fucks with like say Ric Flair Drip.
Yeah.
Everybody loves that song.
So, yeah, well, yeah, the modern boy band. It's
Yeah.
not. I mean, they don't want to be called that, but
Yeah.
it's the Migos, right?
I think so.
They're rock stars, man.
Yeah, but that
Yeah,
right.
so much bangers like Ric Flair. Well, those
Oh.
are solos, but then
Yeah.
even their solo attempts.
I like Stir Fry. That was good too.
Stir Fry's great. Walk It Like I Talk It.
Oh, that was sick too.
Oh,
Shout out to
Versace.
Versace was our first.
Oh,
one.
Versace was so good.
That's what made them famous. Pretty sure.
Well, with the Drake.
Oh, Big Time Rush. That's the name.
Big Time.
Right. Well, yeah, they tried to. Well, yeah, I'll just end it off here. But yeah, they tried to do a boy band resurgence, and then it didn't last that long. So yeah.
Yeah, but in hip hop, it's such a marketable thing now. So
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, let's talk about the Migos Walk It Talk It video.
yeah, it was like a
That
Soul
was so
Train
awesome.
thing.
Soul Train.
Yeah, Cornelius or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who's your favorite Migos? Let's talk about like
Like what?
favorite Migos verse. Like which one? Which of them? Is your
In that-
favorite
in
in
that
that
song.
song?
Man, I don't even understand them.
Oh my god. Well, I'm on the
They're actually not like. They don't mumble that much. It's not like mumble rap. Like they actually say stuff, and like
Yeah.
if you listen clearly, like they actually have lyrics. It's just yeah.
Oh, I like the one that you that one.
Who's
Is that the same
Oh,
song?
that's Takeoff.
That's
Yeah,
Takeoff.
that guy. That was good.
I'm Offset. I was Offset in that song. I think he was so good in that Walk It Talk It video.
I think it was Drake, man.
Obviously.
Stop it with Drake.
Jersey.
I mean, it was
Drake,
good, but like, out of the.
Just talk about how you don't like God's plan.
You know, God. Okay, let's talk about God's plan. So, like,
Is it because it's
good.
overplayed? That's
It's
why you don't
so-
like it?
you know what? It's not that it's overplayed. I think because everybody says that one fucking
Fucking
line.
line, eh?
You guys want to go and say it? No, I
Well,
don't wanna
we'll
say
do it later.
She said, "There you go."
No, like it's so annoying. Like literally the only like lines people know is that part, and like they only say that part.
Man, Drake is a genius to do that. I'm pretty sure
Yeah,
he set
that's-
that up. He
yeah,
set it up for
you-
people
yeah.
to.
He
say
did,
that.
but it's so annoying now.
You can't find something people that they gravitate to
Yeah.
annoying because they're gonna do that, and that's the marketing strategy.
And they even did that in the music video where that same part, it was him and then just a bunch of people just chanting or saying that lyric
Yeah, it's almost like
at that
it's
university.
almost like consumerism. You just,
Yeah.
you eat what he's feeding you, so we can't hate on that.
So
And he
Drake,
does, and that's like his style. So it's like, how can you even be mad at him about
yeah, you
that?
can't be
I'm
mad
mad
at
at
it.
it. I'm just mad that people fucking just do it. I understand that he's marketing genius when he does it.
Yeah.
Strategic marketing. That's
Yeah,
that's,
strategic marketing.
Yes.
that's the buzzword right now. Strategic marketing.
No, I thought it was trajectory.
Trajectory.
That was the word. That was the word of the night, man.
Yeah, for you. Anyways, but like, yeah, just that part just ruins it for me every time. Like, I'll bump it and listen
And
to the
then
whole
skip
thing.
that line.
I can't even skip the line because like I don't know how to skip it in my car. Basically.
It's
Yeah.
dope. Well,
It's so good. It's just a good song.
yeah, like in the radio, I'm just like driving while I'm just like bumping,
Yeah, it's
bobbing my
just
head
like,
and like dancing to it. I'm like, man, this is
This
a catchy song, man.
Fuck you guys. You guys like the same shit. I swear to God.
I only like my band.
Oh, because
my
you like
mom,
Alter
I'm
Corbin.
sorry.
Yeah, well, Alter Corbin's trash.
Yo,
So that's-
man.
You just like
You and you.
yeah.
But yeah, it's,
But the music video is genius, man. I didn't see that coming at all.
Wait,
and it's so
Scott's part?
simple.
Like if you
No
watch,
walking.
if you watch Fresh Prince, like, there's a lot of reference to Soul Train.
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about Migos now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Walk Like a Talking Man.
I thought you were
Yeah.
talking about God's plans.
No, it's because like in the Fresh Prince, like when Phil and
The Vivian.
Vivian were.
It was
having-
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mentioned to him when we were actually talking about the music video before you came.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
they just took that whole.
Yeah, that was a good
basically-
episode.
Oh, I love that
It's one
episode.
of my favorite episodes.
Did you hear that they're trying to bring it back, but with a female lead?
Fresh Prince?
Fresh Princess.
Is it with Will Smith's
With
daughter?
With Willow?
Is it Willow?
No, they just brought the idea that it's gonna be female centric, just like how Girl Meets
Oh, that's what
World.
they did with Girl Meets World, yeah.
What do you guys think about that?
And I guess Full House, right? They kind of just did the
They did
opposite.
Fuller House, or-
Fuller House.
They
Yeah.
did the opposite. They
Yeah.
made it female.
I don't know. You
centric.
can't beat Fresh Prince, man.
But what if it's like Carlton's daughter?
The fake daughter, you mean? Like Lisa Turtle's daughter?
Are they gonna do the same premise about
Lisa
the?
Turtle? What the fuck?
Are they gonna do the
That's the girl
same?
who plays the black.
Are you gonna do the same
Oh.
premise of like
What's
troubled
the-
troubled teen in a neighborhood, and then he moves in with his auntie and uncle in like a rich area?
I think it's
Are they gonna
always
do the same
hard
premise?
to go
Away from it.
off of something that already exists that's so good.
Yeah.
Because then, yeah, you have something to live up to.
Yeah.
But
Well-
I mean, they can try it. I'll watch it. But
Well, I think they should. I don't know how they're gonna put it, but maybe the daughter like gets in trouble and then has to go to the hood.
oh, you want the reverse?
You want she's
the reverse
rich
of it.
to poor neighborhood?
Or like Carlton's dead. And like
Whoa. You just got dark now, man.
You're
Like,
just twisted.
yeah.
no, but like, how do you think they're gonna just redo it? Like she's just rich, and then they're just gonna follow her.
See what I mean? It's tough. I don't know. I watch
Unless
it.
it's like Will Smith's
Like,
daughter.
for example, like-
unless it's like Will's daughter in like 20 years from now, 30.
Because they have some good like issues, topics that
Yeah.
they covered.
When did French Prince? What was the last episode? Like what year?
What, like 97, 96?
I don't say nice.
So it was like what 21 years ago. So you do 21 years later.
Yeah, but it's syndicated and it's on Netflix, so everyone has a chance to watch it. So, and it
21
must be
years
fresh
later.
in their eyes.
So they would have been. Will would have been 40, like around in his 40s, right?
mm-hmm.
They could probably do it.
Yeah, but you think
Like
Will Smith's
daughter.
gonna show up
I think if they're gonna
They
use
want
the
viewership.
if they
Yeah.
want to pay him 10
Yeah.
million an episode?
Yeah, you gotta pay him though.
You gotta pay him, you know.
This guy's a
For
big
sure, they
star.
can get Alfonso Ribeiro. They can get Carlton.
It's like- that's why I brought up Carlton
Yeah.
as
They're
this.
dying. Why?
Well, they definitely. Well, there's R.I.P. to Uncle Phil, so
Oh,
yeah.
which is pretty sad.
But everybody else is around.
Everyone else is around. But which Vivian would you?
Vivian?
Which Vivian would you choose?
Dark
though?
skin,
Dark
light
skin or
skin.
light skin?
Yeah, which one would you bring
Dark
back?
skin for sure. She has a ballet episode. That was awesome.
But everyone hates her.
Everyone
Apparently,
hates
so.
her.
Yeah, on the set, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
Well, no, her and Will Smith had beef, and they still do. It's like ongoing.
Yeah, but who wins though? Will Smith's
Will
awesome.
Smith.
Will Smith's
He's
gonna
a
win because that's his
producer.
and that's his show.
That's his show. So
It's not Fresh Vivian of Bel Air.
I did like the dark skin one better though.
yeah, she was
She was
She's
more
more-
more of an impact.
She's more charismatic.
yeah the light.
The light
I
skin.
hate calling her a light skin one, but like the light skinned Vivian wasn't really as charismatic as the,
Or like
Yeah,
like
and,
she was sassy, the dark one.
yeah.
and she was more strict.
Attitude.
Like
Her attitude.
yeah, she's more of a mother, and then things more laid back. The light skin Vivian.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is odd. But then any other topics you guys just find
Any
in the
recent news?
Not really.
Like I don't want to talk about political shit. That's why.
Oh,
Yeah.
here I have one. Okay, so it's been over a month since the Cavs' new roster. What do you guys think of it?
Well, Kevin
What do you guys
Love,
think how they're doing right
Kevin
now?
Love came back 3
Yeah.
games ago, and now they're 3 games in a row. A win.
Yeah, and then they beat the Raptors. So
They beat the number 1 team in the East, which I think makes them.
the new number 1 team.
They should be considered. They're not going to be technically number 1, but they're going to be. I think people think they're the best team.
I think they're
the East right
underestimating
now.
the fact that LeBron James is a different animal in the playoffs.
I don't think. The problem is that Raptors fans will say that.
Mm-hmm.
Just because the Raptors are first now,
Yeah.
and then they have good stats, and they show that they're a
They
good
can
team,
play, yeah.
that they can
Possibly
beat most
beat,
team
yeah.
in the East. I admit to that, but up against LeBron and the Cavs, it's just it's go back in history. You're gonna see they're
Yeah, so it's one. It's hard to go up against history,
yeah.
and second, it's LeBron James. He's the
It's
greatest.
LeBron James. If you come up against LeBron James,
He's gonna do everything in his power.
no matter what side, no matter what places he.
But they were losing that game, like that game. They were
Yeah,
losing.
but they show the heart of a champion.
Yeah, champion.
Right, and then like LeBron, he basically has a new team,
Mhm.
and you're seeing them in their transition phase to making a great team, right?
Yeah, they're 12 and I think they're 12. When was their first game against Atlanta, right?
Yeah,
And then or after the trade, they're 12. They're 12-7 right now,
which is positive.
which is positive. Well, yeah, because they're on a 4-game win streak. But yeah, prior to that, they were 8-7.
Yeah, so they're on a roll.
So
I
that's
mean, it's just a work in progress,
Yeah.
right?
Well, I think the biggest thing was Kevin Love coming back. Like,
Kevin
that's
Love
huge for them.
coming back is
Especially
huge.
before playoffs or the end of the regular season and playoffs is coming up. Like, yeah, you need everyone to start clicking before. Well, yeah, I think it's gonna be my prediction for the Eastern Conference. It's them against the Raptors, because Celtics is like hobbling to the finish line right now.
Yeah, Kyrie's injured.
Yeah, and if you're not gonna get 100%, I think without 100% Kyrie, like they're not gonna go that far in the playoffs.
Yeah. Well, what do you see coming out of the West?
It's gonna be Houston and Golden State. If you can get everyone healthy in Golden State,
They'll
like
beat Houston.
yeah, they're unbeatable. If you get the four healthy All Stars, they're unbeatable. But Houston, man, that game against Minnesota
Yeah.
last Sunday,
That was insane.
wow, like
James Harden just a beast.
yeah, they were just annihilating. Like James Harden went off, Ryan Anderson went off,
Yeah.
Gerald Green off the bench went off. I think he went like 5 for 5 before he got ejected
Yeah.
for pushing Gorgie Dang.
You know what? I think like even if like Golden State is fully healthy, I think they have to be super motivated. I don't think they're as motivated this year. I don't think they're like a LeBron where they turn it on like
No.
heavy. Like even last year, even though they beat a lot of teams, like they had really tough games in the playoffs. So like
Like in the West?
in the West, like even though if you look at the numbers, they'll say like they dominated, but they really had a tough time against some teams. And like they're
Yeah.
a really well built team, right? Well, especially with the four guys, the four All Stars. But then like, I think Harden and Chris Paul really want it this year, and that's what
Do you think they can beat?
I hope it's
I
a
think
I hope
they
it's a
can.
close series though.
just out of mentality. I don't think, like I said, I don't think Golden State's in that mindset where they wanna they're in the dom.
Being complacent.
Yeah, there's.
I think they'll turn it up in playoff time though, because they know now
I mean, we'll see.
now they know that Houston, like they're definitely not
serious.
gonna get, like Warriors are definitely not gonna get the number 1 seed. Like everyone's injured. Like I think Curry's back now, but everyone else is like injured. Like Clay has that thumb injury, and then like Durant is injured as well for like the next week and a half. So yeah, I don't know. I think once playoff time comes and they're not,
People get healthy or whatever.
yeah, they're not the number 1 seed, so they gotta.
So maybe they'll turn it up.
Yeah, they have to turn it up, especially with because they'll definitely, if they make it to the finals, like first round, second round, they'll definitely get the home court. But then if they face Houston in the Western Finals, they don't have that home court anymore. But it's not like they're bad, like away too. It's just I think
No, I honestly just can't wait for the
yeah,
playoffs.
I think just come playoff time, they're
Yeah,
gonna turn it
man.
up.
Playoff signs. For me, it's like there's no school, so I fucking can't wait.
And it's not like Rockets have been that successful in the playoffs. Like
No, they
they
haven't.
we'll
they,
see.
they could be the Raptors
But
of
the
the
thing
West.
is, the difference between this Rockets team and Toronto team, what other additions did the Toronto Raptors make? None,
Like
really, right?
this year.
None.
I think
really.
we just got CJ Miles, but yeah.
But then
CJ
James
McCollum
Harden has Chris Paul now. So
yeah.
is a big team.
even though I'm not a fan of Chris Paul, I mean I know that he's a great point guard. So I think that's the biggest difference when they come to the playoffs. Even though they haven't proved it like Chris Paul has improved it with LA.
Oh, yeah, he
Clippers.
doesn't have a good playoff record as
But
well.
then them together,
They're pretty
I think
good.
it's a whole different.
They actually have a solid lineup. Like they're like 10 deep.
Yeah,
Like them and the Raptors are 10 deep, team right now.
Yeah.
And then that I'm like, I could see why they're number one in their conference. It's like, yeah, like they can rest their starters, but then their bench can pick up the scoring slack. So
Yeah.
I agree. So let's end off with everyone saw the Avengers Infinity War. I did a review.
Yeah.
Trailer
it was
review.
awesome.
How do you feel like every superhero, what do you think that's gonna happen? Any predictions? We've seen a lot
predictions now.
We've seen a lot.
So,
We've seen a lot of spoilers when it comes to toys and stuff, which
Yeah.
kind of ruined it for me.
yeah.
But yeah, any
I mean, biggest thing for me with the Infinity War is I just hope no one dies.
Oh man,
someone for sure.
You're gonna let yourself down then.
No
Yeah,
man,
man.
no one's gonna die, yo. Doctor
Someone
Strange
has-
will save everyone.
There's 2 parts to Infinity Wars, but I'm pretty sure like half.
And
of
I
it.
hope Killmonger is back.
I'm pretty sure a lot of people are gonna die in part 1. That's what I think.
What I think Cap's gonna die.
No man.
In part 1.
Yes, but then I've seen like some spoilery, like footage for Avengers 4, and that they do go back in time. But I don't know why or when.
It depends. If they go close to the source material, then, because I've read some stuff too, then yeah,
They'll go back in time.
they'll go back in time.
They are going back in time, but then what is
Because that's how they beat.
But what for?
They would beat Thanos, right?
Yeah, they go back in time to fight Thanos, or they kill him somehow. But I think Cap's gonna die regardless, just because.
Fuck. Watch how many fucking people
I
cry.
can see the big 3 dying, man. Like him, Iron Man, and Thor.
Yeah,
Just contractually, it's like
we know they're
Can-
not gonna come back,
they're not coming back.
which is hard. Or they can make a big deal, like
Yeah.
a financial deal.
Unless you do like flashbacks, just to keep.
But
going.
then for this part 1, plausible. I think it's Cap, Iron Man,
those are not.
Thor,
Those guys are not safe.
and Loki.
What do you want,
I think Nebula might die.
Yeah, that's
no
true.
one cares about Nebula.
I don't know. That's Thanos' daughter.
Yeah,
No
that's
one cares. If someone capped to that, okay?
Yeah, I don't want Cap to die, but then
he's
we
like
already
my
know.
favorite, but I have a feeling he's gonna die.
Because
so.
the next Avengers crew is gonna be led by Black Panther.
Yeah.
For sure.
Black Panther's safe.
Wakanda.
You watch Black Panther, you set up the entire universe.
Spider-Man's safe. I think Falcon's safe.
Yeah.
Doctor Strange is probably safe too. I would say.
But
Ant-Man's obviously safe. Ant-Man and Wasp.
Yeah, because
Because you saw this their movie's the next one after Infinity
yeah,
War.
because they set up Black Panther as the new Tony Stark, basically, right?
It pretty much is, yeah.
Because Vibranium can basically do anything, and they can, and Wakanda's secluded enough that they're not gonna get interference. Well, obviously they get invaded in Infinity War, but yeah. So, any more thoughts on any news stories, or is everybody good?
I think that's good.
Okay, let's get into some plugs. Ken Ginto's private, so Jericho, go ahead.
So, if y'all want to follow me, and you should, Instagram is Team Developmental. And yeah, so don't fuck with Snapchat.
Snapchat's dead. Okay, so let's get
Mine
into
doesn't
my...
work.
Candles doesn't work. So let's get into my plugs. My Instagram is Keeping Up with the Car. Snapchat, Carutrey, Karuetrey. I'm also on Facebook, Carginto. And if you want to subscribe to the podcast, listen to our previous episodes, especially this one. For your favorite podcast app, you can put our RSS feed at https, whatever those 2 dots are called, / /gintobros.podbean.com. Or you can listen to us on iTunes, YouTube, Castbox, Google Play, and Spotify. And guys, this is the Guinto Bros podcast. Goodbye. Listen to us next week. Thank you.
Peace.
Bye.